Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Folge Fate Stay Night Remastered. Shiro hat ja jetzt mit Saber trainiert und ja, wurde von ihr quasi in Grund und Boden geprügelt, kann man so sagen. I drink the water Saber brings me. It must still be break time, as Saber is sitting formally in a kneeling position. Saber is so beautiful when she does that kind of thing. I'm not saying that as a man, finding a woman attractive, but because I find her beautiful as a human being. It's still strange to think that she is Saber, a servant, and someone dedicated to fighting. Right now there's only me and Saber. This might be a good opportunity for me to strike up a conversation, so I will ask. Ich speichere einmal. Okay. Ich hatte kurz Sorgen. Yeah, the reason to fight. Why does she want to fight so much? I might be able to understand her convictions a little more if I find out why she wants the Holy Grail. But can I really ask her that? Saber, can I ask you something?
Hi. 何でしょう、シロ?
Well, there's something I forgot to ask. You're lending me your power because you want the Holy Grail, right? So, what is your wish for the Holy Grail?
聖杯を求める理由ですか? ただ欲しいからではいけないのでしょうか? 聖杯は万能の器です。手に入れれば叶わない願いはない。それを求めることに理由などありません。
No, that's not what I'm asking. Saber, you're dodging the question.
シロ、それは。
I'm not asking why you're seeking it. I want to know the wish you want granted. But if you don't want to tell me, you don't have to. Wishes aren't always something to be shared. Saber closes her mouth, embarrassed. I'm not surprised. Saber didn't form a contract with me to help me. Masters are the only ones who can obtain the Holy Grail. So she is only here to assist me with that. And that's why she is hesitant to tell me her wish. But most of all, I don't want to hear her tell me about her selfish wish. So I shouldn't have asked. Besides, it's disrespectful for someone without a clear wish to ask about someone else's wish.
シロ、それはマスターとしての命令ですか?
That catches me off guard. Saber turns to look at me, her gaze as serious as her tone. No, I'm not. I didn't mean it that way. I was just curious. Sorry for asking such a dumb question.
いえ、確かにサーバントとしてマスターには己が望みを口にしておかねばなりません。シロ、私が聖杯を求める理由はある責務を果たすためです。私は生前に果たせなかった責任を果たすため聖杯の力を欲している。
She looks straight at me, as you know deceit in her eyes. Fulfill an obligation, and when you say lifetime, do you mean before you became a servant?
はい。ですが、私にも本当のところはわからない。私はただやり直しがしたいだけなのかもしれません。
Saber looks down quietly. For a moment, she looks like a lost child seeking repentance. Oh, okay, I'm actually relieved. I was worried you were going to say something Tosaka would say, like word domination.
リンが聞いたら怒りますね。彼女はそういうことを口にする人間ではありません。彼女ならば聖杯を自分のためだけに使うでしょうが、それは決して世を混乱に陥れるものではないでしょう。
You think so? I still think she probably shouldn't be the one to get the Holy Grail. I nod to myself. Otherwise, Saber watches me, her expression gentle. This conversation ends here. I should never have brought this up. The mood between the two of us eases thanks to the mention of Tosaka, and I decide it would be best not to pry. But the age in my heart still remains. Even though I was relieved to know Saber's wish was not a materialistic one, I felt there was still something amiss with it. Da hat er nicht ganz unrecht. Anyway, now that we've talked a bit, my body's cooled down, so we should get back to training. Saber, let's go again. I've had a chance to rest.
そうなのですか？見たところ、体の熱は下がったようですが、痛みの方はまだ収まっていないでしょう。
It's fine, just bruises, so I can deal with it. Besides, I'm healing automatically now anyway.
しかし、それで悪化しては鍛錬の意味がない。もうしばらくは様子を見るべきだと思いますが。
It's fine, I want to do more before Tosaka comes home. I wouldn't want her seeing me in this state.
わかりました。確かにいずれ敵となる凛に指導の腕前を知られるのはよくありませんね。多少無茶とは思いますが、そういうことでしたらペースを上げていきましょう。
Saber picks her shinai up from the floor, but then a real out-of-place sound echoes through the dojo. Telephone. Saber? I think her stomach is growling. Oh, hey, doch nicht.
空腹のようです。鍛錬に夢中で気がつきませんでした。
Oh yeah, now that you mention it, it's lunchtime. I can't blame her for the stomach growling. I'm not that hungry yet, but if Saber is, we should have lunch. And if during that time I hear more, that's even better. Hey, it's lunchtime anyway. I will go buy some groceries, so you can rest in the living room.
シロ、外出するなら私も付き添いますが。
I will be fine. I'm just to the shopping district nearby. No one would attack me in broad daylight, and you might just attract more attention if you did come with me.
本当に危険はないのですね。
I'm sure. Just wait here. I will be right back. Trotzdem bin ich mir ziemlich sicher, dass ich weiß, was jetzt passiert. I grab my wallet and head out. It doesn't take more than 10 minutes to get to the shopping district by bike. The bicycle I take from the garage today is Unit 2. Unit 1 is still parked in front of Yoro Temple. Ich merke gerade was in meinem Hals, also sorry. So, I bike down the hill. I haven't gone to the shopping district midday on a weekday since I was a kid. The intersection is packed with housewives returning from midday shopping. They're coming from the neighborhood shopping center Sakura and I frequent. I finished buying a bag of groceries, enough food to make lunch for 2 and a light snack. I don't buy anything for dinner since Tosaka is in charge of that tonight, but I do buy enough bread for tomorrow's breakfast. I don't know how to make strawberry jam, so I reach for the cheapest. Well, no, that might get some complaints, so I go for an expensive jar instead. Damn, this is really eating into my wallet. Why the hell do I have to spend 1,000 yen on something so sugary? I load the groceries onto my bike as I rumble, but then I feel someone tugging at me from behind. Ah, ich weiß, wer es ist. Okay, ich habe mich doch vertan mit dem, was jetzt passiert. I turn around wondering who it is. Oni-chan! Standing there is a silver-haired little girl. You are... I stumble backward, knocking over my bike. While I brace myself, the girl just looks up at me with a smile. What? I can't sense so much as a hint of animosity or murderous intent from her. To top it all off, the little girl says,
よかった。生きてたんだね、お兄ちゃん。
Ich find sie so geil. She looks so happy. The hell. She's definitely Berserker's master. She's the master of the monster who almost tore me in half with a single blow. Not the sort of person I would expect to just run into the shopping district in the middle of the day. You're not planning to fight here, are you?
おかしなことを言うんだね。お日様が出ているうちに戦っちゃダメなんだから。
The little girl pouts. She's certainly acting like the little girl she seems to be. Sie ist älter als er. Möchte ich einmal kurz Ich glaube, ich habe es schon mal einmal angemerkt. Ich merke es nochmal. Sie ist tatsächlich älter als er. I have no idea what she must be thinking. I can at least sense that she doesn't pose any threat though. You are...
イリアス・フィール・フォン・アインツベル。長いからイリアでいいよ。それでお兄ちゃんはなんて名前？
Ich bin mir übrigens ziemlich sicher, dass sie zu dem Zeitpunkt schon über ihn Bescheid weiß. Also weiß, wer er ist. Me, I'm Shiro Emiya.
エミヤシロ？なんか言いにくい名前だね、それ。
Nobody's ever said it like that. If it's hard to remember, just call me Shiro. That's my first name.
シロウ？なんだ、思ってたより簡単な名前なんだね。そうか、シロウか。うん、響きは合格ね。単純だけど、孤高な感じがするわ。
Ilias Viel looks at me suggestively. Go. I find myself shifting my weight so I can be ready to run at an instant, purely by instinct. She is Berserker's master. If she gets in her head, she can probably just order him to crush me, along with the florist next to me.
あ、そう身構えなくていいよ、シロ。今日はバーサーカーも置いてきたの。お兄ちゃんだってセイバーを連れてないから、おあいこ。
Ilias Viel looks up at me cheerfully. Well, I'm not sure even is the right word.
ね、お話ししよう。私ね、話したいこといっぱいあったんだから。
The little girl tugs on my arm as she were taking her father's hand. Wait. What's the big idea? Is this some weird new strategy you thought up?
何って、だからお話したよ。普通の子供って仲良くお話しするものなんでしょ？
Ich find's so geil, wie sie auf ein kleines Kind tut. That may be true, but that doesn't really apply to us. We are both masters and we've already fought each other before. We are actually enemies.
それは違うよ。私に敵なんていないもん。他のマスターはただの害虫。けど、いい子にしてたらシロウは見逃してあげてもいいよ。
She smiles right as she says this. Ah, just say back, okay? What is wrong with you? I jerk my arm to throw Ilias Viel hands. She's about to fall. She nearly falls flat on her back because of how hard I shook her off. Oh crap, Ilya. I don't know why I did that. The next thing I know, I'm reaching for Ilias Viel. Her name is too long. Ilia's waist and try to catch her before she falls to the ground. I lower Ilya to the ground without saying a thing. Ilya is silent. I don't know what to say myself, so I just stand there looking down at Ilya. Well, this is awkward. So awkward, in fact, that I'm about to just turn around and leave, but then...
何？お兄ちゃん、私のこと嫌いなの？
She asked with the same glow in her red eyes that she had when she spoke to me the other night when she was with Berserker. A chill runs down my spine. I sensed no danger earlier, but she has just reminded me that she is still Berserker's master. If I cross her, I'm dead. I would never be able to face Saber if I died in vain here. And everyone in the shopping district would get dragged into this as well. Jupp, das stimmt. Dann bist du wirklich nicht mehr... Dann hättest du wirklich nicht mehr die Möglichkeit, Saber gegenüberzutreten, wenn du drauf gehst. Yeah, that's safe. That is a safe bet. Ilya is willing to use her powers anywhere. Fine. You just want to talk, right? I will do what you want then. So, will that be alright, Ilya?
それじゃあ、あっちの公園に行こう。さっき見てきたんだけどね。ちょうど誰もいなかったんだ。
Ilya skips off towards the park.
ほら、早く早く。急がないと置いていっちゃうからね、シロ。
Oh, das ist einfach so cool. So knuffig. Ilya spins around as she runs through the shopping district. She really did go ahead without me. I'm more moved than I'm confused. Apparently, once you promise Ilya something, she treats it as the absolute truth. And that's why she just skipped off so happily. It is also why, even though she left me behind, I don't even consider taking the opportunity to run for it. I already promised her I was going to talk with her, and she clearly trusts that. What's with her? She sure is unstable. But then again, I haven't yet gotten to an age where I am so cynical as to betray a little girl's trust. Ilya and I are the only two in the park a little ways from the shopping district. Kids are in school at this hour, or maybe the park is not as popular anymore. Our conversation begins in the tense, wintry air of the park. So let's talk. What do you want to talk about? Do you want to know about Saber? We are masters, don't you want to get information about the other servants? I don't really find anything in particularly boring, but okay, what do you think is fun? So you brought me out here not knowing what to talk about. Didn't anyone teach you to think before you act? They didn't, did they? Then from now on you're going to be a proper thoughtful adult. She smiles and leans against my shoulder. She doesn't seem like she is being touchy-feely. If anything, it's like a small animal huddling against something to stay warm. Huh? Now that I'm paying more attention, she does look cold. Ilya, are you cold? Oh, sorry. She breathes out a puff of white mist. Though she says she doesn't like the cold, she seems enchanted by her misting breath. I see, it's a lot colder than usual today. We just have to endure the cold for now. But where did you come from? Your name sounds kind of noble or something. Huh? You were born in a cold country? Shouldn't you be used to the cold then? Yeah, obviously. I would rather it would be warm than cold. Your daddy. I clap my hands together in wonderment. Now that she's mentioned it, I realize something. I didn't know what Ilya reminded me of, but if ever there was such a thing as a snow fairy, it would probably look like her. Your dad's pretty clever. Your hair is like snow, soft and white. Ich weiß halt, wer ihr Vater ist, daher. Ilya giggles joyfully. Seeing her acting this way leaves me numb. If I hadn't already seen it for myself, I would never believe this girl could be a berserker's master. Me? I guess the last thing I got from him was the house. Before that was my last name, and the first thing I got was a chance at living again, when I was about to die. I was the only one Tsugu managed to save in that fire 10 years ago. Let's see, I didn't get any physical features like you did from your parents, but I think I got plenty of things that were just as good. Ilia looks delighted, as if it was a story about her. Who wouldn't be happy seeing a smile like that?
でも今の話だとシローは魔術刻印を受け取らなかったんだ。おかしいな。じゃあシローはマスターじゃないの？
Well, I am an apprentice mage without the magic quest, but I am a master. Now that you mention it, you are a master, which makes you a mage, right?
え？私魔術師なんかじゃなくてマスターだよ。普通の魔術なんて教わらなかったもの。
Huh? Then you didn't inherit your parents' magic quest? But I thought your family was a prominent one, since you have a castle and all.
そうだけど魔術刻印ってマスターになるためのものじゃないの？だからマスターだよ、私。
Ilia tilts her head in confusion. Huh? No, I'm confused too. Ilia's words seem off. It feels like we are each having a different conversation there. Yeah. Hey Ilia, let me ask something. Where do you live? It sounds like you came here just for the Holy Grail. Does that mean you're living in a hotel right now? Well, for starters, it would be bad if she didn't have a guardian. Letting a child like her come to Japan on her own is just terrible parenting. Sagen wir mal so, Eltern können dann nicht mehr viel machen, was das angeht.
ホテル？それって別荘のこと？
Yeah, I guess so. Not a house, but just somewhere you stay.
それならあるよ。ほら、あっちに大きな森があるよね。そこの奥におじいさまのおじいさまが建てた洋館があるの。アインツベルンのマスターはね、聖杯戦争の時はそこに住むんだって。
Ilia points west. Yeah, there's a deep forest in the mountains there. The place hasn't been developed yet. It takes about an hour to get to that forest by car. Did you come all the way from there alone?
うん。今日は抜け出してきたの。セラもリーゼリットもメイドのくせにうるさいんだもん。せっかく日本に来たんだから、その間ぐらいは外に出てもいいと思うの。欲しいものは何だって手に入ったけど、いつも部屋に閉じこもってたんだから、これくらいはご褒美なの。
Huh? You were locked up in your room?
うん。雪が降るとね、体に悪いから外に出してもらえなかったの。だから大抵は部屋の中で遊んでたんだ。あ、でも大丈夫だよ。こっちはお城ほど寒くないから一人でも平気だもん。
Ilia beams proudly. She swings her legs back and forth, seeming to be genuinely enjoying herself. I find myself reaching into my grocery bag. I take out the dorayaki, a Japanese pancake sandwich filled with red bean paste I had bought to give Saber, and without knowing why, I hand it to Ilia. Want it? It's not the fanciest thing, but it's good.
え？何それ？食べ物？
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of sweets, but this is the only exception. This was a favorite tea snack my old man and I shared.
くれるの？
Yeah, it's not as good if you eat it alone, so let's eat it together. I hand her the dorayaki. Ilia hesitates, but takes the unfamiliar snack.
ありがとう。
She happily takes a bite of the dorayaki. She practically devours the thing. I nibble my dorayaki and try to stop myself from being overwhelmed by the shocking thought I just had. I don't believe myself. For reasons I simply can't understand, I just found myself thinking it would be nice to have a little sister like her. But honestly, I think Ilia is too innocent. She might really be an innocent young girl who hasn't learned the difference between good and evil. Honestly, I can't even begin to imagine how a mage family raises a child. But I know without a doubt that Ilia wasn't raised in a normal environment. Kann man so sagen. Tosaka may act the way she does, but she is a mage at heart. She understands the gravity of the Holy Grail War and knows that the killings between masters are murder. But this girl may have become a master without really appreciating what it means to kill people. I haven't been talking to her long, but I don't think Ilya's the sort who would choose to kill anyone. If that's the case, Ilya, there's something serious I want to talk with you about. But then, Ilya suddenly raises his head as if someone's just called for her. Ilya, what's wrong? Did something happen?
もう帰らないと。バーサーカーが起きちゃった。
She jumps off the bench. Ilya runs out of the park without so much as a goodbye. She disappears in an instant. I go back to the house. I decide to keep quiet about meeting Ilya. This is the sort of thing I should be sharing right away, and I know it, but I don't feel like talking about it. Ilya wasn't acting like a master in the park. We talked about trivial things, and casually parted ways. So I hesitate to bring up what happened today to the others. I feel bad for keeping secrets, but I don't want to think of the little girl I met today as my enemy. After lunch with Saber, we resume our training at the dojo, and the next thing I know, it's time for dinner. I rest fatigued after my training with Saber, so I take a bath to rinse the sweat off. By the time I head to the living room, dinner is ready. I'm a little moved. It is really nice to come out of the bath and find dinner ready without doing anything.
エミヤ君、夕食だけど。何よ、バカみたいに立ち尽くして。
And yet, why does she have to ruin the moment? Nothing, it's dinner, right? I'm ready to eat. Where's Saber?
セーバーさんならシローの部屋に行ったみたいだけど、会わなかった？おかしいな。さっきまでここにいたけど。旅館みたいに入り組んだ家だからすれ違ったんじゃない？いいわ。セイバーは私が呼んでくるから、エミヤ君はもう一度洗面所に行ってきなさい。髪、よく乾いてないわよ。
Oh, you are right. Okay then, I will leave Saber to you. I wave to Tosaka and step back into the hallway. Ah, ich glaube, ich weiß, was jetzt kommt. Tosaka said, as the Emi house was built with all kinds of passageways and corridors. One of the most notable examples of this is the various routes to the bathroom. You can get there from my room or the living room. I head into the bathroom. I don't like to use the dryer, so I will just use the towel I used earlier to dry my hair. And in that moment, I forget everything that happened today.
シロ、二度湯のようですが、今は私が使っています。できれば遠慮してもらえると助かるのですが。
I need to explain myself. I need to explain that this is all an accident, but my mind has gone completely blank. The sight in front of me is enough to erase everything that has happened today from my mind.
シロ、湯にのぼせたのですか？耳まで真っ赤ですが、体を冷やすのなら縁側に出るべきです。
No, yeah, I will do that. Before I do, I should apologize. I avert my gaze from Saber and try to calm my pounding heart. This was an accident. Well, actually, there's not really much room for me to explain myself, now that I've actually run into... we have actually run into each other like this, so go on, get mad at me, Saber. I try to keep my eyes averted and calm myself at the same time. Saber thinks for a while, then says...
シロ、顔を上げてください。
I do as I'm told. Hey, wait, what? Why are you still like that?
シロが謝るほどのことではありませんから。このような場面を見たところで、気にする必要はないと言いたいのです。
Come again?
以前にも言ったでしょう。サーバントにとって性別などさまつなことだと。シロは私の体を見て慌てているようですが、私は女性である前にサーバントです。ですから、そのような気遣いは不要かと。
What? What is Saber saying? Even if Saber insists on the fact of the matter remains that she is a girl. But then again, I don't think it would be the case, but could Saber be... Let me ask you something. Are you saying you're not the least embarrassed about changing in front of me, Saber?
なぜ恥じる必要があるのです。
I figured as much. It doesn't matter that Saber doesn't care, so I really do. Sorry, just let me apologize. If something like this happens again, you can do whatever you want with me. I do a quick 180 and rush awkwardly out of the dressing room. Saber stares at me oddly as I leave. So, an dem Punkt beende ich jetzt mal hier diese Folge. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao!